it gets into every nerve, into your body. Like there's this kid who is all over you. Sometimes I have had kids who write very nasty letters to teachers. That's also attention seeking. Wow. So we want to look at the proactive strategies because to some extent, attention-seeking behavior can become a problem. You know, there's a way it's just a joke. There's a way it doesn't affect you. But there's a way it gets into every nerve, into your body. Like there's this kid who is all over you. Sometimes I have had kids who write very nasty letters to teachers. That's also attention-seeking. So sometimes it's not that joke. It is not as light. So how do you deal with that? Do you provide attention?
Maybe you have rightfully mentioned the proactive strategy. So to speak, how do you prevent it?
How do you prevent that?
Before it comes on board. How you prevent the attention seeking. Number one, be very clear on your expectations. What do you expect the students to do in class? How do you expect them to carry themselves out? For example, like in the school, we have the rules are well spelled, but keep on reminding them, like what is the time for coming to school? The time in the morning, when are they supposed to come to school? When are they supposed to even maybe break times? Because there are those who will drag themselves after break and the bell went long time ago, but they are still dragging themselves. What time are they expected? Then again with instructions such as if you're given homework, what is expected of you? What does the teacher expect to see you do? So that now you will already know what is expected of you, so you'll not go overboard. So in that way now, when the student knows what they are expected to do, then you'll be able to do it beforehand. Then also another proactive strategy for a teacher is to even know what causes this. Like already we are telling them now this is attention seeking behavior. So how do I prevent it from happening? Maybe even in my association, let's say the teacher, your association with the student, to what extent do you associate with them? To what extent do you allow jokes? Okay. Humor, we know humor is also part of therapy.
And it is very effective.
And also humor is also very needed in class. When you see this teacher who is boring, stone face, just talking, especially in mathematics, chemistry, those sciences, the teacher needs to inject some humor then as they teach. But then, what extent? Maybe do you also measure with one student? Because sometimes the teacher can also be measuring on these who are, teachers probably may like the student who is, or they get attracted to students who are asking questions, to students who are bright, by default. Naturally, one will be attracted to that student who is bright, but then as a teacher, all these are your students. Because the moment probably you start giving some more attention to those students who are bright, the rest who are not, they might look for a way to get your attention. So that's also very important. How do you neutralize it? How do you neutralize it before it starts happening? This particular student becomes a nuisance. Very important.
There's this student who maybe it's answering questions or they love coming to your office. How can you use the rewarding waiting? Like if you tell them, I used to see even in college, there's a way the professor says, you can only see me between 10 and 11 on Tuesday. You can never see them any other time. So how do you reward appropriate waiting? And how do you make a statement that if you want to see me in my office, this is the only time you can see me?
Very well. In fact, that is one of the ways of giving clear expectations and what you expect them to do. So those who come on Tuesday, now again, one way to do that is also to honor that. Like those who come that Tuesday morning, they should find you. Imagine that you had told them they come on Tuesday, you're not there. You had told them to come to your office, you're not there. So make sure that is what you
also be a grown up.
Being there at that time. And those who come at, also the way you reward those who come at that time, serve them.
Yes.
Maybe give them some time to be with you. Probably even create like a tutorial for them, like those who have come to see you for particular issues, maybe relating to academics. You notice they are weak. Give them some tutorials that time. Talk to them at that particular time. Listen to them let them also tell you their stories. Many teachers, students do have stories to tell.
Yeah.
So when at times you have some time, and with all due respect, I know at this time teachers are having a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially in high school, they are really having a lot of work, and even in the primary school because of the CBC and everything. But that little time that you have, and you have told that particular student to see you then, give them maximum time. That is one way of rewarding.
Yeah.
You see, when we talk of rewards, people think it's only giving things. In fact, it's okay to give something, but be very careful. Giving. Yeah. Maybe a real thing, a token, can also be misconstrued, can be misunderstood. So by giving them your time, by listening to them, that is a reward of its kind. And the time they have honored. Okay, those who haven't, because there is also the negative rewards also. Those who have not honored that time, and they've come another time, you can ignore them. You can choose not to listen to them. So now they learn. Remember we said from behavioral theories of counseling, behavioral theories of psychology, a behavior can be learned, can be unlearned, and can be relearned. So now they will learn this is the right time to come. So if they don't come the right time, they will learn this is not the right time to see the teacher. So in other words, now you are cutting the chances. You're reducing the chances for attention seeking. Remember, we're talking about the proactive strategy, the preventive. Yeah, that's.
I'm looking at it as you're saying from a point of a teacher who is humane.
Yes.
You know, these personalities, they're all over the place. Do you know there's someone who has a personality of being stubborn?
Yes.
Like a teacher who will tell you off on your face. Like, you know them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's a teacher who will, maybe they have a son or a daughter your age, and they want you to feel welcome. And now they don't understand the boundary. Where is this boundary, you know? So that's we can talk about maybe their skills that are learned in school.
Yeah.
Is it wise, as we talk about psychoeducation as a proactive strategy, like if you see like you have students in class who behave like that, you take advantage and you teach social skills to the whole class.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Psychoeducation. Touch about it. Yeah.
And in fact, you brought in a very important part because it's that subject. Yeah, which is supposed to be taught in school, life skills. Yes. But I guess because life school is not examined, so sometimes it may be overlooked. But life skills is very, very important because that is where we teach social skills. Social skills such as relationship skills, patience, listening, all those, making choices. So yeah, take advantage to even teach the students about that. But you see now, that's why we are having this, so that the teacher can know there is that bit called attention seeking, and can be a nuisance and can be a problem. So you can avoid it by preventing it, teaching the students about it. By the way, how do you read it? Like even that patience. If I've told you to wait, I'll do something for you. Or if I've not called you, maybe wait until I do it. Have that patience. If it is in class, and this student want to really raise up their hand and say things, you can wait for the others. However, I want to also mention, still because it is preventive strategy, learning the learning styles of children. We have those ones who are activists. And teachers sometimes may tend to like activists, although now activists are prone. I'm not saying they're the ones who do attention seeking, but they are prone to attention seeking. Because what is activism? Activist in class or a learning style is this learner who learns by being involved. They want to be engaged. You see, if they are reading the literature books, they want to raise up their hands to read. If they are doing mathematics lesson, they want to even do it on the chalkboard, or even do it, and they want to keep on raising. They want to talk. If it's history, they want to give that discussion. See, that's how they learn. There are others who are now maybe theorists. Sometimes theorists, and they might be seen as slow learners, because before they answer something, they want to relate. Okay, teacher, you told us yesterday about this. Now you have talked about this. What is the relationship? So they want to think about the answer before they talk about it.
Yeah.
And at times they might be referred to as slow learners, because they are also
they take their time.
The theorists and reflectors, they take their time because somehow they have a pinch of being perfectionists.
Yes.
They want to say the right thing, so they take their time to talk. Now, when they take their time to talk, the teacher might think this one is ignoring me because I ask them questions. They are there looking at me, but they are constructing their sentences and their wordings inside their mind so that it can come out nicely. But the characterist one, those students who raise up their hands, they ask the questions, then they are like, they've forgotten what they wanted to say. So you find now, as a teacher, it's good to understand, could this be a learning style, or this person is being attention seeker?
Yeah.
Because it could be. Yes.
So where do you draw the line, between indiscipline and attention seeking? Because there's a thin line.
There's a thin line. And that's why we are actually saying, if counseling can really be enhanced in schools.
Yeah.
Because basically, to me, even the issues we call discipline issues, it's a behavior.
It is, yeah.
And we said psychology is a study of mental processes through observable behavior. What is making these students to behave like this? Because even to an extent, attention seeking can turn to be an indiscipline. So we've enumerated how some examples of attention seeking can be termed as indiscipline, especially now in the negative way of attention seeking. So, just like any other maladjusted behavior, it could be. Because, and my point, before I lose the point of counseling in schools, why should it be really needed? To me, before even this student is disciplined in any way, by the counseling itself is a discipline measure.
It is.
And I think we say it loud in capital letters that counseling is a discipline measure in school. It's not a soft option. Because all these behaviors, we need to understand why is this student behaving like this. Okay, we know those small things, like this student has been caught once in a while making noise. Once in a while they haven't completed their assignment. Once in a while they have done a few chike behaviors in school, which needs to be reprimanded. Of course, you don't want it to continue. But there's this student, for example, who is a chronic absentee, let's say in their school. This one who is a chronic failure of accomplishing their homework, completing their homework, chronic late comer. And maybe goes to those capital offenses like fighting, fighting others, or even insulting a teacher. Those are capital offenses. And we are asking ourselves, maybe as psychologists, what is the reinforcement?
Yes.
What is motivating this?
What are the risk factors?
Yeah. What is causing this behavior? Very important to be aware of that. So that now, to answer your question, where you draw the boundaries, it is now. You really have to go holistic to try and see what is the predisposing factor. What has caused this behavior? How do we uproot it? Because sometimes if this behavior is already there and the student is punished or given any other discipline measure and you find it's not working or it is temporal. So it becomes like the child hibernates.